Hi, I'm Mishti Max, and I'm here to share the makeup I wore to the Kiss concert. I revised the dark and glam, massively dramatic cut crease look I wore when I saw them a couple of years ago. I based my makeup on the red, white, and black colors in the Kiss face paint makeup, and for the added disco ball effect, I used some silver holographic glitter on the lid. I started off by moisturizing my lips with Bepanthen ointment because I will be using some liquid to matte lipsticks later. Then I primed my eyes with Too Faced Shadow Insurance, getting all the way up to the brow and under my eyes as well. I got out Inglot Matte Gel Eyeliner in number 77 and a MAC 266 angled brush to begin the structure of the cut crease. I started at the center of my crease, stamping the angled brush against my skin and continuing that line across and towards my inner corner. Then I smudged out that line with a cotton bud to soften the top edge, but trying to keep the lower side sharp, and blending the gel eyeliner out towards my brow. I added some more definition at the cut crease and dragged the brush around in a curved shape, joining it up to the lower lash line, filling in the outer corner of the eyelid, and smudging the gel eyeliner into the base of the lashes at the outer edge. And I blended the edge out with a cotton bud again, adding a bit more product and blending till I got a decent base down. Don't worry if you get anything on your lid, you can wipe it away with a cotton bud, and I will be laying down a different base in that space later. Then back to the gel eyeliner and using the tip of a pointed cotton bud to coat my tight line and work it into my lashes on the outer half. I'm taking a Sigma E25 blending brush and a mix of the darkest and middle strips of the Inglot number 113R eyeshadow to use as a transition shade through my crease between the black base and my brow. Next to the Sugarpill Sweetheart palette, and I'm taking the matte white shadowed Taco with the Sigma E70 medium angled shading brush to highlight my brow bone and packing it onto the inner crease of my eye. That's representing the white face paint of Kiss's makeup. Although for this makeup I didn't want to go for full on opaque white. And I blended that down with some Inglot Pink Transition Shadow. Now for some color, I'm using the Sugarpill Limited Edition eyeshadow, and I'm pressing on the bright red, as seen in the Red Lips of Paul Stanley, with a Sigma E32 Exact Blend brush at the edge of the black base and pretty high up to the brow. I'm building up the color, curving it around the crease, and getting the intensity I want first. Then I'm buffing out the edge with small circular motions. To facilitate the blend, I'm using the Urban Decay Electric Palette Eyeshadow in Slow Burn and the tiny E36 blending brush from Sigma to both brighten up the color and soften the edge. I went back between the pink transition shade, the neon red, and even the matte white to get the desired effect of the blurred out red. Now to get down and dirty with the black details in the designs, I pulled out Sugarpill's Bulletproof Eyeshadow and the Sigma E47 Shaded Crease brush. I started with a small amount on the tip of the pointed brush, and I ran that through the crease to deepen up the black base. I made sure to keep the oval shape, taking the shadow far into the inner crease and all the way around to the outer corner. I also used the fluffy bristles of the brush to blend into the red, but kept the black shadow above the cut crease line. To make sure the black and red were blended well, I went back in to layer the limited edition shadow over with the Exact Blend brush, swapping back between the pointed crease brush and also taking this time to brighten up the red and refine the slightly winged shape. I cleaned off any fallout from the lid with a cotton bud and then took out the Milani Liquify pencil in silver to color the remaining space on my lid. I gave that a nice thick coat, trying to make the edges crisp, but it doesn't matter if you go over the crease a little because that's easily fixed, and I also covered my inner corner. I grabbed the new Sugarpill silver pigment called Grand Tiara, and I used the Illamasqua sealing gel as well as the flat end of the Naked 3 palette brush to mix a silver paste, and then I smeared that all over the lid and the tear duct. I neatened up any rough edges with the black, and I brought out the brilliant MAC 3D Silver holographic glitter, which I managed to make a bit of a mess with, but not on my face thanks to the lit Clearly Liquid glitter base, which I dabbed out a tiny amount on the back of my hand like this, and pressed the Naked 3 brush into the liquid and then into the glitter pot, and I pressed a nice layer of that over the silver pigment. For any glitter that ran outside the lines, I used the angled brush or a cotton bud to try and flick off the pieces. This glitter is my absolute favorite item of makeup ever, and I thoroughly recommend it to everyone. Now to sharpen up the crease and cover any stubborn glitter pieces, I went back in with Bulletproof and the MAC 266 brush. I took that deeper alongside the tear duct, and I also made sure the outer lashes were set with black. I fiddled with the blending a bit more and added some red to hug the outer corner of black. Then I cleaned up the outer edge and lower lash line to make way for some more black gel eyeliner. I smudged that along my lash line and waterline, blending it out with the other end of the cotton bud and tapering it in towards the inner corner. Then I used the black eyeshadow and the angled brush again to mark out my open tear duct shape. I joined that up with the lower lash line and set the gel eyeliner with the black eyeshadow. I used the pointed crease brush to blend out the lower edge and made sure it met up with my upper lid. I blended with the transition shade and continued to create the halo of red, but only adding that on the outer corner of the lower lash line and not taking it all the way under the black, also keeping an uplifted and slightly winged up shape. Then I intensified the open tear duct line with some gel eyeliner now that I had an idea of how the lower lash line was looking. I must say I find this shape a little hard to do on my eyes, but I love the way it looks, so I fiddled with the angle of the lines using cotton buds to remove anything that didn't quite look right until I got something that was okay. I decided to elongate the black lines of the inner crease as well, and I added a bit more of the silver pigment in between to highlight the space. Then I curled my eyelashes and added a coat of MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, and I also added plenty to my lower lashes. Then I grabbed these cheap lashes I got off eBay and cut them in half, creating outer corner lashes to accentuate the black on the outer corners. I used the outer half and I placed them on with tweezers, pressing down the band against my lash line. I used these open-sided eyelash curlers to press my natural lashes into the false ones to further disguise them, and I used the Urban Decay 24/7 liquid eyeline in Perversion to run across the false lash band, and I continued the line but stopping a third of the way from my inner corner. I filled in my brows with the Benefit Browsings in Light and ran the Benefit Gimme Brow over the top to set them in place. I applied my face the same as usual, nothing special and nothing to see here. You can check out my previous makeup videos in the card or the description box for my foundation routine. And for my cheek highlight, I used my new Dose of Colors Baked Highlighter in Pearl Dust and my Hakuhodo S113 highlight brush to apply this gorgeous pink glow on the top of my cheekbones. I didn't go too heavy with this, and I blended it out well because I wanted a mainly matte face. For the cheeks, I used my Decimated MAC Cantaloupe blush, which I can never be bothered to fix. I just added a light amount to the backs of my cheeks, and I blended back towards my hairline. Lastly, for lips, I cleaned off any product off them and grabbed the Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil in Perversion to outline and define my lip shape. Then I realized I hadn't applied any primer, so I quickly put on some MAC Prep and Prime lip base. Then I finished off the outline of my lips, and after a spaz out hand twitch which I had to clean up, I continued to thicken up the perimeter of my lips with the black pencil, leaving the center bare. Next I went for the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Pencil in 8C, and I filled in the center of my lips, starting with the very middle. Then as I get up to the black outer edge, I'm running the pencil over it and blending with the Perversion pencil too to get a bit of a gradient going. This is a matte version of my red and black gradient lip tutorial, and you can check out that old video with more detail in the card above. And now for my two new favorite liquid lipsticks, the red and the black from Jeffree Star. I started with Weirdo and applied the Velour liquid lipstick directly from the doe foot applicator, covering the perimeter of my lips, making sure to coat my corners. Then I went in with Red Realm and applied it all over the center, and I took some red product on the back of my hand and used a cotton bud to blend where the red and black meet, so I don't funk up the applicators and contaminate my lipstick. And I went back to the MAC angled brush to sharpen up my outer edge with the black lipstick, and that's done. And finally I bathed my face in Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and fanned that dry, so I was ready to rock all night and party every day, as they say. But not before one finishing touch. I stuck on a self-adhesive red rhinestone over my beauty spot to get some face bling going, and I'm done. Despite the fact that this was inspired by a glam rock band, with the colors red and black, I always end up with a rather gothic looking makeup. I'm certainly not complaining because I love the darker side of things, but I find it funny that I frequently end up in this kind of place. As I said, I've created this makeup before, and I really wanted to perfect it with my increasing technique from the practice of the last couple of years, and I'm happy with the refinements I've made. You can see the vast improvement not only in my skill, but also my camera work too. In this photo, yeeps, that's a freaky angle. You can find all the details for the products used in this tutorial on my blog, linked in the description box, with affiliate links too. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me makeup, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Also check out my band and podcast on iTunes.
Click the little boxes if you want to see other tutorials of mine.